Many homeowners, to solve environmental noise, spent tens of thousands to buy soundproof windows. As a result, after installation, the effect was still unsatisfactory. So, what aspects actually determine the sound insulation and noise reduction of doors and windows? This video will explain the underlying logic of door and window sound insulation all at once. First, the problem might not be with the window itself at all, but rather in the wall opening. Some homeowners, in order to solve the noise issue, installed an extra layer of windows inside their home, but the sound insulation was still poor. In the end, they found that the space beneath the windowsill was hollow, and there were hollow areas and fine cracks on the wall surface. Sound waves don't travel through the window at all, but instead seep in through the gaps. Therefore, before buying windows, check the condition of the windowsill and the surrounding walls first. Otherwise, no matter how good the installed window is, it will be useless. Next is the window itself. Glass configuration is the primary way to achieve sound insulation and noise reduction. How to upgrade? It needs to match the type of noise. One type is high-frequency noise, such as square dancing music, car horns, and sharp, piercing sounds. Matching with insulated double-glazed glass is more effective. The other type is low-frequency noise, such as heavy truck engines and subway rumbles, which have strong penetrating power and must rely on the PVB interlayer in laminated glass to dampen the vibrations. However, it should be adapted reasonably. Some people, in pursuit of ultimate sound insulation, chose 4 layers of pure laminated glass, thereby lacking an air insulation layer. The low-frequency noise was gone, but the high-frequency noise was overlooked, making it sound even more piercing instead. Moreover, because pure laminated glass has no air insulation layer, its heat insulation and thermal preservation performance will also be compromised. A better solution would be to use a combination of insulated and laminated glass, or opt for a design with glass panes of unequal thickness, to weaken the penetrating power of sound waves, thereby ensuring sound insulation across all frequency bands. At the same time, pay attention to potential hidden weaknesses in the hardware and rubber seals on doors and windows. Some windows are very quiet when first installed, but after a year, the noise appears. This is mostly due to quality issues with the hardware or rubber seals. The window sash sagged and the rubber seal lost its elasticity, thereby creating gaps, allowing sound to seep in through those gaps. Additionally, there's the filling of foam and sealant around the frame during installation. The performance and weather resistance of these materials will ultimately determine the long-term sound insulation effect of the doors and windows. Finally, a few words of honest advice for new homeowners. The ultimate noise reduction effect of doors and windows is definitely not something achievable by a single type of soundproof window. Stop spending wasted money just for the label of soundproof window. It might not even solve the specific situation in your home. Why not measure the noise level before choosing a window? Open the window and use a smartphone app to check how many decibels there are in your home when the window is open. If it's around 60 decibels, then if you choose a decent window, combined with its own configuration, good sealing, and proper installation, it can generally reduce noise by about 35 decibels. 20 to 40 decibels are within the comfort zone, so you don't need any additional upgrades. If the noise environment is severe, then when choosing windows, you should explain your noise sources clearly to the merchant, making it easier for the merchant to distinguish between low-frequency and high-frequency noise, and then choose an upgrade solution based on the product's